I am a 22-year-old girl that is graduating with her master's degree this weekend. I have been job searching since last year and nothing. I was interviewing for a role at a good company, but they ended up going with someone else. I went through 4 rounds of interviews. Everything seems so discouraging, and I'm tired, so tired of life. When it's my turn to be an adult, nothing is working out. Sometimes I think of going to another country and selling mangoes by the roadside and living in a tiny home.
God, bitch. Okay.
The point of this post is I am so exhausted with life and nothing is working. I low key don't even want to be here anymore. Yes,
Oh,
I seek out help. I try so hard, yet nothing. What more can I do?
jeez.
I felt the energy from you shift so hard. Like you were like, yeah, solidarity. Okay, bitch.
Come on now.
I will let you go and then I will give my opinion.
A few things. I think you're overreacting, but in the sense that, yes, I get it's hard. I mean, it's just hard for people in general to get jobs. As much as I want to leave my job, I can't because of how hard the market is. Like, I just know it's not just you. And I know the Gen Zers are definitely feeling the job market, especially those who are graduating college and things like that now. And it is hard because either everyone's, at a job where they hate, but they're not going to let go because there's jobs that they can't get anywhere else right now. I get that it's hard, but it's hard for everybody else. And I know that's not something they want to hear. Nobody else really wants to hear. Like, yeah, it sucks for you too. I'm sorry. It's just something we've dealt with already, but they're just barely dealing with it now. Like, we've been there, done that, girl.
No, you just turned into Bane. You just turned into Bane from Dark Knight Rises.
Did I?
Yeah. You adopted the dark. I was born in it.
You think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding.
I was raised in the 90s by Slim Fast, okay? We've been there, done that.
Look, I will say this. I will start off by saying you're 1,000% correct. But what I will say to defend this person is that there's a couple different things that have happened with jobs that make it very unfair for the populace. Judy, this is something I'm sure you know of this, but do you understand that most jobs are not filled by someone who is raw new to the company, that they are filled by someone who is a personal friend or an acquaintance or has a relationship with with the person hiring them?
That sounds right, yes.
Right. So my point in saying that is if you are going to make people go through all of these rounds and rounds and rounds, only for still most jobs to be filled by, I like the cut of Jim's jib, then you are being unfair to the job populace.
Yeah.
On top of that, since headhunting, or what's another word for it?
Recruiting?
Since recruiting has become such a vital job to be part of the HR department. So literally, to be part of the HR department, you no longer have to just be able to explain if someone can get a 401k or how their healthcare benefits work. No. You now also, in order to keep your job, have to have a steady supply of new applicants coming in.
Right.
Okay? So rather than going out and just trying to find quality candidates for the position, taking your time and doing it the way it should be done, you're now throwing out a mass net, right? And by throwing out a mass net, you've turned every single job into what I call a 10% job. And I say that because if you were to apply for the fire department, of all the people that apply, once you go through the physical training and the boards, before you go to actual firefighter school, but just to get to there, about 90% of the people do not qualify. Right? So that's what I'm saying. You're now turning a job, every single job on the market, into a 10%er job. And it shouldn't be like that for someone coming out of college. For an entry level position, right? Because look, if she's applying for director of blah 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 job,
right?
That has 50 years of experience. Okay, but no. So for an entry level job, for you to have to go through all those rounds, only for you to be told time and time and time and time again, no, thank you. Because like I said, we've made it such a wide net that it's impossible for us to actually be able to fill these jobs with the amount of people coming in. It's just not possible. That it makes it so that it feels like the job market is exponentially harder, right? And that's before you get into the fact that the job market has not caught up as far as pay, has not caught up to inflation. Probably isn't gonna, people. Sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, that's not, it's, you know what, you know when it's gonna catch up? Right before that bitch hits again. I hit you. We all gonna make $40 an hour, and then bread's gonna be $55 a loaf. I bet it. I bet you. That's why I say she is overreacting in the fact that it's something that we're all going through, and that she's gonna go and live in a tiny hut in
somewhere in the tropics.
Country. Yeah. I'm just gonna go sell mangoes
on the street. Like,
and
girl.
I will say, I think that even she was being like, that she was having a goof. Like, you know, when you're just feeling sorry for yourself, like, I don't really think that she's gonna go and like climb trees and pick mangoes.
Maybe she'll come back. I know, maybe she'll come back and follow a post up. Ended up in Guatemala, selling mangoes on the side of the street in my tiny house. Like,
I'm now the mango queen of Guatemala.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm gonna take back. Not overreacting at all. You got it, sis. You were doing great. Okay, you have the pulse of society. Not overreacting. The mango queen of Guatemala.